And hello, everyone. Welcome back to Frontline Prediction League in the Trenches, FPL in the Trenches, Frontline League over on Twitter, on X, Frontline Prediction League here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Go through there to our Discord. You can see the live event stuff. You can see this page right here and all the things we're going to talk about here today. I'm your co-host, Scott. Joining me, as always, is Beer Me. How are you, Beer Me?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, Scott?
I'm good. I'm tired, but that's because it's later than usual. It's almost 10 o'clock right now because
It,
computer issues, booting stuff up and everything, and we're like an hour and a half late compared to what we planned. So,
yeah.
but thankfully, it's a relatively smooth episode we have to do here. There's no results really to go through, kind of. We had Hard to Kill this weekend. It is 8 p.m. on Saturday. There is a pre-show, and we do believe it is an hour. I think they said like it's a 1 hour countdown to Hard to Kill. Meaning our deadline is 6 o'clock Eastern. So please get your picks in by that point. The picks page will be up probably within about, I'm going to say 12 minutes because it gives CT a little bit of time to post it as soon as Impact's over. We're waiting, like even though there's no build on TV, Impact, for the last time, TNA after this, is presenting new belts. They're doing stuff, and it's an episode tonight. So in case they announce anything during that one, we're at least making sure. And then we still have tonight, tomorrow, and then it's Saturday. So get your picks in for that. As far as for anything regarding that, if matches change, because we had Ultimate X, we got a 4-way tag. If something happens or a participant changes before that 6 p.m. deadline, the match is thrown out. Your picks descend. You don't lose anything out there. If it's after the deadline on Saturday, the match just goes away. So whatever happens, happens. And yes, we know it's the Impact title and the TNA title, blah, blah, blah. It's the same title. We're not doing stuff changes like that. We know. And yeah, if anything does come up, by all means, reach out to CT, Red, or GMSG. Don't reach out to me. I'm going to be out of commission on Saturday. I'm going to say that right now up front. My friend who passed a while back, his service is on Saturday. So I'm out. Don't even try to reach me on Saturday. So FYI. Yeah, we have Hard to Kill this weekend. We have the medal ceremony that happened and closed. We're going to talk about that first real quick, Bear Me, then do the go home. How's that sound?
Yeah, we can do that.
Superstar of the year is Ash. Let's go right into it. Ash is our superstar of the year. He, I do believe, I think he was also face of the year. And that's happened before. I think last year our face of the year was also it. And I know you're hearing clicks as I open the medal ceremony document that I have. Sorry about that. I didn't mute those because I want to see the history of these. And let's see. Here we go. Yeah, he's also face of the year. Spoiler. But our prior years, it was Bastion and CJ Hawk, and then Ash is our superstar of the year. So world champions, to keep that clear right out of the gate. How do you feel about Ash superstar of the year? And bear me, more importantly, how do you feel about being runner-up for superstar of the year?
That's pretty wild. I honestly don't know why people would vote for me for that. But hey, I'm here for it. I'm a man of the people, apparently. So, but yeah, congrats to Ash. I did vote for him in my top 3. I actually voted for Broken Nerd number 1, but I mean, hey, he was second on my list. So a shout out to him, and yeah, the face usually wins Superstar of the Year. It's not too often that the heel will win. So
yeah, like I said, Bastion was our first superstar of the year, and our first face of the year was Luke Gray. So that's the only difference we've had, where face and superstar were not the same. Let's jump over the tag team of the year. It is the must-see good guys. Personally, I felt this was a no-brainer. I think I said that even going in. They were tag team champions basically the whole year since WrestleMania. Won matches and won like non-contender ones too. A lot, so very winning record. Even though the Kings of the FPL, Kings of the Ring, are arguably as good, the other half of FBU, but Kings of the FPL, who basically took you guys to your limit, Beer Me, so again, congratulations on this win. Took you guys to the limit twice in a row, so kind of makes sense that you guys have that. And that is 2 years in a row for the must-see good guys as tag team of the year. La Familia won it the first year. That was Dedrick Cyrus and Alpha Dog. So you're back to back on being good guys. And I think back in the JRPL days, weren't Yeah, you had back-to-back as part of the solution, didn't you? You did. I'm looking here. I have
sure.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been part of Tag Team of the Year 2 years in a row, skipped 3 years, then 2 more years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Tag team specialist, barely.
You are. Stable of the Year, it's FBU again. This time with added Broken Nerd, because last year you had it without him, and now you have it with. So congratulations again on this one. But Symphony of Destruction was the runners-up on that one, and I do like that. They were very dominant as well, but, I mean, FBU, with the Tag Team of the Year and some very, very strong other members, yeah, not surprised there. How do you feel about that back-to-back win?
I like that. That's good. And we got stronger this year, so I hope to see more of that in the future, you know?
All right, next up, main show of the year, WrestleMania. I think that was what we had last year as well. It was WrestleMania all 3 years. SummerSlam tied WrestleMania the first year, but then WrestleMania last year and this year. And that makes sense. It's the granddaddy of them all. It's the biggest show, so no surprise there. But Survivor Series War Games was runner-up. That was kind of cool. A recent show there sliding in. House Show of the Year was Slammiversary, which I do believe was its first time. It was All Out and Forbidden Door prior years. Bound for Glory was the runner-up. Do you have fond memories of Slammiversary, or in particular WrestleMania? I mean, tag title win there. World title, double champ, James Blake, which we'll get to in a second. Like, any thoughts on these?
Yeah, WrestleMania is where we brought Broken Nerd in, so, it's fond memories for us. So, yeah. But, yeah, Blake being double champ, that was awesome as well, so.
We'll get to there in a second. Yeah. Match of the year. And, I mean, I'll scroll down here. Feud of the year. Well, match of the year was 3 Stages of Hell. That's FBU versus the Kings. Feud of the year is CT versus FBU, which is literally hand in hand with that. So you won 2 more, God damn it. It's FBU, or sorry, it's the good guys versus Escobar and CT, so congratulations there. That literally gives CT match of the year technically 3 years in a row. I think he was in the Rumble, but he was part of the Shrunkbusters versus CT the first year, and then this one, so that's that one. But he's part of Feud of the Year all 3 years. CT versus Luke, CT versus FBU, CT versus FBU without a Broken Nerd.
I actually for match of the year, I actually voted for Bastion versus CT because I thought that match was. Okay. I still think about that match when it was written, and like I just think of all the false finishes. CT really wrote that match really well. Like that was probably my number 1. I think number 2 is the Rumble. I don't know why, but I always love the Rumble. I'm just a Rumble guy.
I'll take thanks on that one. That one's not really fair to compare. Like, we wrote a dramatic one-sided match or a back and forth or whatever. The Rumble is like 20 pages of chaos and fun. Like it's its own thing. It was runner-up. I'll still thanks. And I have started work on the next Rumble. I already have started work. I know who the entrants are. We'll talk about that a little bit toward the end of the episodes too. Yeah. But I know who all 30 are. So and when they come out.
Because just how much fun goes into that is always a vote for me. I
appreciate that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But how about Feud of the Year? The runner was Red versus RGX, which I like a lot. I do like that one a lot. Personally, I'm biased. Me versus GMSG. But there's been no payoff yet. So I understand that. That's coming at WrestleMania. That's still on my board. I've been writing like the updates to matches on the board behind me. But the moment that match was made last April, it's been there ever since. So, yeah. But RGX and Red, they're not finished yet, but the Survivor Series was a big deal. But CT versus FBU, like that continued on really after January, where it was kind of on the outs, and then kept going into the match of the year we saw, etc. So,
yeah, because he feuded with Bastion at Mania, and then he couldn't go for the world title, so then he went after the tag titles with Escobar because he brought Escobar into this, and then and then it just continued from there, and it was really good. I mean, we had the 2 draws, and then we had that 3 Stages of Hell match where we finally won.
Definitive,
yeah. It was just a whole year, and it just had a lot of great stuff in there. So
cool.
I agree that it was Feud of the Year. Not just because I was the name.
Well, no. Kayfabe moment was James Blake, the double champion. I voted for that because that was one of those things where it was a perfect storm of it shouldn't happen, it never will happen, but it did happen. It's like the European champion won. He defended that belt all the way through, won the world title, defended both, and then obviously things went from there, and he's since lost both. But that's one of those things where even if we wanted that to happen, there's no guarantee it would, because maybe he lost at Stand and Deliver or whatever, Supercard or whatever, right? Like the amount that had to happen for that to happen is just so awesome, and it was all legit. This is how it is. Like he won those matches. He won the Rumble as the European champion. So he not only got draw, but then drew low. He won it, retained the Euro title, and won the world title. Like, yeah, I loved it. You said that was one of your favorite moments, though?
Yeah, it was in my top 3. I put Nerds
The
joining,
attack?
obviously, was one.
Oh,
yeah,
Nerd
with
Attack,
the
CT's
attack.
daughter, Mania, is the runner-up. So, yeah.
I forget what my third one was. It was, I can't remember, but those were my top 2 that I picked.
Yeah. We have Master of the Mic. I won that one. It's 2 years in a row for me on that. I am very thankful for that. It is an awesome thing. Captain Krullik's Blackwell steps up to get runner-up. That's awesome, too. I really like seeing that. I always want to shout out everybody who does these. I know I won it 2 years in a row. I know RGX won it. I did a promo where I kind of remembered this. Out of the 6 we've done, I've won 4 of it. Woody won, and then I won. And then over here, RGX won, and then I've won. I've won 2 in both. So it's awesome. I love it. I look forward to people stepping it up. I will say right now, WrestleMania, I want to do another countdown show, which means exclusive promos that we put in that. So everybody kind of has an idea what their WrestleMania match is, or will very shortly. That's coming up. But if you know where your story is going, you know where your feud's going, and you've got an idea for a promo that can be included in that, like a minute or 2 long, not that long. Think of the Countdown Dynamite kind of shows where Tony Schiavone's in the control center and says, "Here's an exclusive promo from Beer Me Jesus," and then cuts the little promo, and then cuts back. Did that for WrestleMania last year. Thought about SummerSlam, did not happen. But I want to do it again, and we want to do more. So anybody who's got the idea for that, got the promos, and of Sheriff Dog, go on a mountain to go do one. Maybe not right now because it'll be cold, but you know what I mean. Go for it. Go do those things. RGX, I guarantee he's going to have something for that one. I know James G did a video one once. Bear me, you can be audio too. Like we can just obscure stuff.
That's true.
Anybody who wants to do it, absolutely go for it. Just keep it within reason of like 2 to 3 minutes, because we don't want to put like a long promo on. I'm funny to say that, but mine will be short for that too. Don't worry. So yeah, keep that in mind. I want to put that in there. I want to highlight others. I want to highlight and bring that out. I want everybody to be in there. So yeah. Face of the year. Ash, as mentioned, Superstar of the Year, Face of the Year. There you go. Runner-up was Jonathan C.T. Martin. So C.T. came close on that, basically because he was facing FBU. Who, right there you go, Bear Me. You were Heel of the Year, and the GMSG was runner-up. So that kind of goes right there with everything we just said, huh?
Yeah.
How do you feel being Heel of the Year when historically it was Sebastian Escobar, Ralentando, and now you, Beer Me Jesus?
I mean, I'm in good company with those 2 names. I honestly didn't expect to win. Like I said in chat, I was like, I'm thankful for the votes, but I mean, like, my other stablemates probably did more heelish stuff than I did.
Well, like you said, Nerd attacked the daughter. I voted GMSG. I mean, I wrote the story, we did it, but I feel the stuff he did was the tops of it. But
I did too.
But no, I do write. I often write you in the matches as like a little more violent than GMSG is. He's the cunning, conniving one. You go for brutality, so maybe that carried over. I don't know, but there you go. Turn of the year. That's Broken Nerd. As mentioned, you can elaborate on that if you want more, but that's the turn of the year. Broken Nerd at WrestleMania, attacking CT's daughter, which was the moment, and kayfabe, like that redefined FBU right there, didn't it?
Did.
Runner-up was Smooth Rock joining Black Dragon Empire at Survivor Series, so that was...
I did like that a lot because
Yeah.
it was really unexpected as well. I thought their formation was really well done. I just want to give them a little shout out.
They were really cool. I like it a lot. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Newcomer of the year, Larry. Larry is newcomer of the year. He came in, I think, for one match last year at Forbidden Door and then returned again and stuck around. I might be misremembering that completely. It might be all this year. But either way, he is our newcomer of the year. Runner-up was Jackson Myrtle, who has a title shot, or like just had a title shot. So that's all you need to know about some of the newcomers already going after the world title. So
I think I voted for Halcyon, and then
Halcyon's up there as well. I know. Eli technically slid in; he was eligible, but he was like number 6. Yeah, because he had no wins. So it's like, sorry, dude.
I voted. Yeah, I voted for Halcyon.
Yep.
Was the Goose on there?
Yep.
Yeah, I voted for him, and I voted for... I want to say I did vote for Larry. I think those are my 3 that I voted for.
I just realized it's been cropping the top of these when I scroll, so sorry about that. Theme song of the year. The last one, Survivor Series. Nope, that was the runner-up. Survive by Rise Against was the runner-up. Till I Collapse for SummerSlam by Eminem was the theme song of the year. I truly forget what I voted for. I don't remember. We did drop the upset of the year, much like we drop. We didn't do jobber of the year. We never carried that one over, just because we don't want to celebrate the negative kind of stuff like that. Like the prior 2 years, it was Matt and Rab beating La Familia, and then it was Led to the Cult beating La Familia, and it's like we don't want to celebrate that so much. Like we'll talk about it here, and we'll work it into storylines about. I mean, it was Jut. Let's be honest. It was Jut getting his first win in like 12. But we don't want to be like, hey, here's an award for winning 1 out of 12. Like, no. It's more a thing you can use in storyline. It's a thing you can use elsewhere. We don't want to focus on you did bad otherwise. Here's a thing for not doing bad this one time. No, I don't like that. So we opted against that one. So, yeah. But yeah, bear me. FBU kind of ran rampant on this and basically won everything they could, except for stuff that they couldn't because they're not faces or do promos much. Bastion does a bit here and there, but kind of crazy. But congratulations to everybody. Thanks again, everybody who voted. Very, very cool. We love seeing that. It is awesome. And now let's dive into Hard to Kill. So, Hard to Kill is this weekend, bear me. We got matches on the card. We're going to talk about who we think is going to win these and then add a whole bunch more. And we even have stuff for Rumble. And I think you've got a chamber match as well, right? To announce. Yep. So we'll go through those. So let's dive in. The FPL European Grand Prix Championship. Sheriff is defending against Supreme Rock. I think Sheriff is retaining this. I think we've kind of bounced on that a bit, but I think that is where we're going with it. How about you?
I think so, too. I do. I do think so too. I think it'll be close though, because you never know. BDE's out there, so they might.
That's true.
They might pull a fast one.
Okay. How about Sebastian Escobar 1-on-1 with Smooth Rock? Who do you like in that?
I totally just got the 2 people mixed up from the last match because they're rocks.
Smooth Rock. No, it's Sheriff Dog and Supreme Rock. I do that too all the time. I do.
Yeah.
When we were doing the Rumble draw, I thought I got rid of the wrong name at one point, and I do that every year. I'm like, oh, which Rock did I do? Yeah, no, it's Sheriff Dog versus Supreme Rock. That's a Strays history, is what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Does that change your opinion on Sheriff Dog retaining?
I think so. Yeah.
Is Supreme Rock going to win?
No, I think Sheriff is going to win.
Still retaining, okay. Then is Escobar going to beat Smooth Rock? And that's Santos Escobar versus Will Ospreay in the Avatars, and that's awesome.
That is awesome. I'm actually gonna go Smooth Rock because yeah.
I'm leaning that way too, but I'm kind of 50-50 on that. I don't know.
Yeah, it is tough.
How about this one? Best in the world. Of course you picked that name. Bear Me Jesus and Jonathan C.T. Martin versus Match of the Night. Me and Red.
I mean,
can you coexist?
Maybe. I want to say so. I'm going to pick myself. You can't lose when you're named in the world, right?
Are you talking picks with CT?
I mean, we may have in passing talked picks a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Whenever you go, Bear Me often asks in our top of the card chat, hey, asking for a friend, what do you think about this? And I'm like, the friend's GMSG, don't listen to him. Now the friend is CT, so I don't know what's going on here. So,
right.
How about this? The Legends of... we're going to win, by the way. You're losing. The Legends of New School. Ash, CJ Hawk, and Detrick Cyrus versus Black Dragon Empire. Jason Blades, Caesar Bianco, and Orion. Who's your pick on that?
I'm gonna go with the newly formed. I'm gonna go BD.
I think so too. I'm leaning that way as well. I like the Legends a lot, but I love when someone new comes in and makes noise, and I want to see that happen. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how about this? Hardcore match. Eli versus Mr. Glee. Is the new kid going to do it, or is Mr. Glee going to take this?
I'm going to go with Eli.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I think he's got to win one. I'm going to go with Eli as well. There's a whole bunch of question marks. So bear with me. Tell you what, let's scroll back up to the top here, and let's announce some matches for Hard to Kill. I've got two matches.
I've got 3.
Well, then you go first.
All right. First match, Lexi Briggs will be taking on Danny Delight Jordanson in a bakery brawl death match.
Okay. I like the sound of that. I love those kind of matches. That sounds fun. Cinematic matches at Impact are always good for us, or TNA now. Lexi versus who?
Danny Delight.
I think Lexi has it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I do.
Yeah, Lexi's got that. The stipulation makes it interesting, but I think Briggs has that.
Yeah.
Here's one of my 2. I have Pushino versus Casey Warden. I'm leaning on Pushino, just on that momentum right now.
Yeah. I got Jackson Myrtle. We're taking on Billy Grayson.
Ooh, I got to go with Billy on that one. I know Myrtle's like world title right now, kind of like in that conversation, but I think Billy Grayson's going to win and try to get in that conversation. That's a house show, doesn't matter, but you know what I mean, storyline-wise.
Yeah, Billy hadn't been doing too hot lately. The new part, I think, has worn off on the hotness, or the hotness has worn off on the new. I don't know. I'm going to pick Jackson Myrtle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now's the time to see, like, when push comes to shove, how does it go? Right? So.
Yeah.
All right. How about this match? It's going to take me a second to get through these names. I'll just say it. It's an Ultimate X match. In the Ultimate X match, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. So
8.
Keep track. Chef Urban.
Yep.
Luke Gray.
Okay.
Hunter Williams. Papa Snooch. Nayara.
Okay. All right.
Larry. Memories. And Viper 1711. Ultimate X. It's Impact TNA with the Ultimate X match. Who's your favorite in there? Is it Hunter Williams? Is it Luke? Is it Urban? The first 3 are the heavy hitters, I think, really. But Larry, newcomer of the year. Memories, former European champion. Papa Snooch, one of the Brits. Former Brits.
Man, this is tough. I'm going to pick Luke.
I kind of like that. I want Hunter Williams to win this, personally. That's who I'm pulling for. I want it to be Hunter's year.
Yeah.
He's got to win. He's got to win the wheel to get in the Rumble. Then he's got to get in the Rumble. Then he's got to win the Rumble. He's got to win Ultimate X. He's got to do all the things. But yeah, I want to see Hunter Williams get that win. He's been looking for that for a while. So yeah. But what's your other hard to kill match?
I have a non-title match. It is Broken Nerd will be taking on Ralantando.
Ooh, that's the Canadian champion versus the former longtime Canadian champion. Ralantando's a good pick for that, but I really don't pick against Broken Nerd that often, and I presume you're not. But take the bias out. Who you pick on that? That's Ralantando. It's right. Like he's good. So
yeah, but Nerd's been kind of rolling here lately. So I'm gonna. Even without it, since Nerd's kind of been on a roll, I would pick Nerd. But it would be close. It really would be.
Okay. Okay. Uh, that is it for Hard to Kill. I just had to check out my list. That is Hard to Kill. We are done there, but we are not done tonight because we have more matches to announce. I am going to go click on Royal Rumble because we've got matches for the Royal Rumble, Beer Me. All we have is that the world title will be defended by Ash versus James Blake. The continental titles will be defended by the Must See Good Guys versus a team. The Canadian title will be defended by Broken Nerd against someone. And the American title will be defended by Red against Judge and Pushino. The Steel Cage Hardcore match. That's been announced. Those were announced recently. I think that one was on Twitter. RGX announced it as well. So we've got some stuff. But I've got some names to fill in. And I know you do too. So I have one, two. Tell you what. I have the Canadian contender and the tag contender, which are both FBU champions. So which one do you want to know first? Do you want to know who you're facing or who Nerd's facing?
Me. I want to know who I'm facing.
Okay. The FPL Continental Tag Team Championship will be defended by the Must See Good Guys, Beer Me Jesus, and the GMSG, against the Light of the Cult, Danny the Light Jordison, and Kurt Cult.
Oh, all right.
How you feeling about that? At the Rumble, very small match card.
Man,
And two of them are Rumbles.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we had to defend a Rumble last year, and it was scary.
Yeah.
All those bonuses. Yeah, and I think we faced Light of the Cult last year at Rumble, and it scared the crap out of me. It's still going to scare the crap out of me. So, I'm
still picking you guys to retain, but this is where upsets happen. So
I know. Yep. I'm trying to make it to at least 10 defenses, and we're on 8. So we need 2 more. So. Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Do you want to know the other one and just wrap up my Rumble matches, or do you want to do one of your announcements?
Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do my 2 after. Yeah.
Okay. Broken Nerd will defend the Canadian Championship in a Watson Rules match, as always, against the Goose.
The Goose. Oh, man.
He beat the Canadian, me, at a main show, and here he goes. Not that got him the title shot, but I mean, winning a main show doesn't hurt, and that definitely solidified. So,
man, if it was the Goose versus anybody else,
I'm
right there. But.
I'm picking the Goose.
I knew you would.
Yeah,
I knew you would.
Yeah,
but
it's Broken Nerd.
Is the Goose gonna take the title back to? It's gonna fly it back to Canada.
It's an upset if Goose wins. I am admitting that, but this is where upsets happen. I think Goose is going to take it. I got confidence on the Goose. I look forward to seeing the character chat from the Goose, and we'll make sure he has the photo of the belt so we can do the Photoshop with that on the Goose. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go there.
I know, but
If you had to lose to somebody, it'd be a Goose.
It's a monkey bong situation, isn't it? It's like,
kinda.
A JJ Rocky, a new hotness. Exactly, yeah. So what have you got to announce, though? What have you got?
All right, I have a kickoff match.
Okay.
It will be Black Cross Light, Atlas Kiyama, and Jace Blades. They will be taking on the Gleeful Killers, Eli and Mr. Glee. And the winners will face match of the night at Vengeance Day.
That's date night, Valentine's. Yes. Okay, so we got some contendership going to face us. So there you go, Eli. Win that match. We'll see you in February. We'll see where that goes. So there, that's for character chat. You can go put that there. You guys got to win. So winners face us, which is ridiculous, but we were gonna have a match for Valentine's anyway. So there you go. So yep. Who you picking on that?
Either one of these seems to be fun. Man, I'm gonna pick Black Cross Light.
Okay. Atlas and Jace.
But I kind of want Gleeful Killers to win.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's tough.
It's a Rumble, so you never know. I kind of want the Gleeful Killers. Just I want to face new people. I don't think I faced Mr. Glee yet. I might have once here, like somewhere, a year ago now. But I mean, Atlas and Jace, that's always fun. I love some of those match write-ups I've done with them. So either of those sound fun. So that's a fun match, and the follow-up will surely be a fun match too. So yeah, we'll see where that goes, obviously. What else have you got, though?
I have James Costner taking on Sebastian Escobar.
Ooh. I'm picking Costner. Gut feeling.
I'm actually going to pick Escobar on this one.
It's a tough one.
Yeah,
we'll go in more detail when we do the go home. But man, gut feeling on the announcement, I'm thinking Costner on that. But that's a 50-50. That's a good one. I like that a lot. What else you got? You got another one for Rumble, or
Chamber?
You got Chamber.
No, I got one for Chamber.
Well, hold on. I don't even have the graphic in there for that yet, but we got it here. I just keep scrolling. There's Vengeance Day, so we mentioned there's a match that's going to be in there. We'll scroll through all that. There's Chamber. So what have you got for Elimination Chamber, Bear Me?
All right, I got the FPL World Championship match. It will be Ash, obviously. Will be taking on either James Blake or Halcyon. Or no, Ash or James Blake will be taking on Halcyon.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because whoever the champion is will face Halcyon. There you go. So.
That is true, yeah. So, big stuff ahead.
Yes, at the Chamber. That's a big one. And that's all you've got for Chamber?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have any for Chamber. We're booking up. We're filling stuff up, so there you go. So yeah, that is a lot upcoming. And that show, yes, is going to be like 4 or 5 in the morning. I don't know what it's going to be in the morning. It's going to be crazy. We'll figure that one out. We'll be good. But yeah, we're excited for Hard to Kill. Let's just go right back to that. Hard to Kill is the first one. Boop, there we go. That is this weekend. Again, get your picks in. Picks page is probably up by now as we speak. I'm going to look to see. It is. Make your picks. I'm loading it live. It's been there since 9:59 p.m. It's loading up. There it is on your screen right now. That page has been there for the past 22 minutes. You can go in there and put your picks in. As always, make sure don't deplete your points like I did back at World's End. That happens. If you think Moose is going to win and you're so confident on it, put your highest score on that one. You can't use that score anymore. You got to use the ones below that. If you're least confident about Jordan Grace beating Trinity, put your 1-pointer there. You don't have a 1-pointer anymore. You've got your 2 and up. So keep that in mind for your picks. Deadline again is 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. And yeah, we'll leave it there, Bear Me. Anything else you want to say here before we go?
Just everybody get your picks in. Thank you for voting in the medal ceremony. And
yes.
we will see you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.